deep beneath the scorched crust of a world long abandoned by hope, where the skies weep ash and the rivers run black with forgotten dreams. There exists a legend not carved in stone but forged in fire, Fighter Jat the Beast, a warrior whose name echoes through the ruins like thunder through a hollow mountain. But to understand the legend, one must first descend into the labyrinth of his interior. For Jat the Beast is not merely flesh and bone, he is a living paradox. A storm wrapped in silence, a machine of war haunted by the ghost of compassion. His exterior, scarred and sinewy, armored with the calluses of 1,000 battles, tells only half the truth. The real story pulses within, in the chambers of his heart, the corridors of his mind, and the molten core of his spirit. Born in the smoldering aftermath of the Great Collapse, a cataclysm that shattered nations and rewrote the laws of physics, Jat was not raised in comfort, but in chaos. Cradled by the howling winds of the dead wastes and weaned on the bitter milk of survival, his earliest memories are not of lullabies but of screams, not of toys but of broken blades, and yet even then, something flickered inside him that refused to be extinguished, a spark of defiance, a refusal to become the monster the world demanded he be. As he grew, so too did the weight of his contradictions. He could crush a man's skull with a single punch, yet he'd pause mid-combat to shield a stray dog from falling debris. He could stare into the abyss of a rival's eyes without blinking, yet flinch at the memory of his mother's last whisper before the raiders took her. This duality is the engine of his being, the interior architecture that makes him more than a fighter. He is a vessel of unresolved grief, unspoken love, and unwavering purpose. His mind is a fortress of discipline, trained through years of solitary meditation in the Iron Monastery, where monks taught him that true strength lies not in destruction, but in restraint. Every scar on his body is a chapter in a silent autobiography, each one a lesson learned in blood. The gash across his ribs from the duel with Kale the Hollow taught him that pride blinds. The burn on his left palm from the molten arena reminded him that pain is a teacher, not an enemy. The jagged line down his back, inflicted by his own brother in a moment of betrayal, revealed that loyalty is both armor and vulnerability. But it is his heart, beating steadily despite the carnage, that defines him most. Buried beneath layers of tactical calculation and battle-hardened instinct lies a reservoir of empathy so profound it borders on the sacred. He fights not for glory, not for gold, but for those who cannot fight for themselves, the orphans of the ash districts, the refugees of the glass plains, the voiceless masses ground beneath the boots of warlords and oligarchs. This mission is his compass, his North Star in a sky devoid of constellations. And then there is his spirit, the intangible, incandescent core that no weapon can pierce. It is here that Jat the Beast transcends mortality, where his will becomes a force of nature. In the final moments of the siege of Irel, when his body was broken and his allies fallen, it was this spirit that rose like a phoenix from the ashes of despair, channeling raw energy through his veins until his very skin glowed with the light of ancestral rage and redemption. This is the secret of his power. He does not draw strength from rage alone, but from love. Love for the fallen, love for the future, love for the fragile, flickering flame of humanity that still burns in the darkest corners of this broken world. His interior is not static. It evolves with every choice, every sacrifice, every whispered prayer before dawn. He carries within him the voices of mentors long dead, the laughter of friends lost to time, and the silent promise he made to himself as a child, to never let the world turn him into what it fears. And so when he steps into the arena, whether it be a crumbling coliseum, a neon-drenched cyber battlefield, or the silent void between dimensions, he does not fight as a beast, but as a guardian, a sentinel standing between chaos and civilization. His eyes, often described as smoldering coals, betray a depth that terrifies his enemies. They see not bloodlust but sorrow, not madness but clarity. He knows the cost of violence, and he pays it willingly so others won't have to. This is the truth of Fighter Jat the Beast, not a brute, not a myth, but a man shaped by loss, refined by fire, and driven by an unshakable belief that even in the bleakest hour, one warrior's stand can ignite a revolution. And now, as new threats gather